So for this quick tip of the week, I just want to go over some simple terminology that home buyers should be aware of when looking to buy a home. And this may seem simple to some people, or some people might think they know what the word means, but oftentimes they get misinterpreted and oftentimes they're confused. So let's just go over, I really just want to go over a few terms, and you really should be familiar with these terms before you start your home search, because it's going to make a difference how you approach not only your offer, but the negotiation process, especially in a market this competitive. So the first one is pre-approval. So pre-approval, all pre-approval means is exactly that. You're pre-approved for the loan, okay? That means you've handed W-2s, proof of income from the previous years, they've gone over your loan and debt ratio, and they just kind of took a snapshot of what you possibly could afford in the range. It's not a guaranteed, it's just something that shows the buyer, or in this case the seller, that you're giving the offer to, that look, yes, if my offer is accepted, there is a good chance that yes, at the surface, I could afford this house and the payments at this time. So that's something to keep in mind. You need a pre-approval for any offer. I honestly won't even show a house without a pre-approval, because it's wasting your time, because you don't know if you can afford the house, and it's wasting my time, and we know time is our most valuable asset that we have. For sale by owner. For sale by owner, also known as FSBO. Why is that important? When you're looking at a for sale by owner, that exactly means that the owner of the house, who has full occupancy of the house, is selling the house. There's no realtor, there's no one with a license selling the house. So you're on your own, okay? Because remember, in New Jersey, the listing agent pays commission. Excuse me. So if the seller's not willing to pay the buyer's side, right, the commission, then, it's a lot of work. That's like you going to work and working for free, and actually you paying someone else to go to work. So you're not going to be able to get a realtor to represent you if the sellers aren't willing to pay a commission, okay? So that's important, because you find a house you like, someone's got to keep the deal together, okay? Someone has to keep track of this, do all the work, the legwork, the appraisals, the home inspections, they have to work negotiations, they have to do the COs. There's a lot that goes into it to hold the deal together, and chances are, if the seller's not willing to give your realtor a commission, your realtor is not going to represent you, which means you're on your own, which you might not think is a big deal, but it is, especially if you really haven't sold, and if it's just your first or second time, and you're not familiar with the process, especially you're taking a gamble with the sellers because you don't know how qualified they are, and there's lack of communication. A lot of things can go wrong. More than 40% of deals for sale by owners fall through, and that's just a straight fact. So there's a reason for that. Foreclosure versus short sale. So there are two totally different things, and these terms also get confused because they see, oh, foreclosure is bank owned, short sale is bank owned. No, that's not the case, okay? So let's go with short sale, okay? Short sale means that it's owner occupied and that the owner still owns the home, okay? They are making payments most often, perhaps have missed a few, maybe up to 4 months of payments, but essentially they're in the negotiations of making a deal with the mortgage company, and essentially they're saying if the house is worth less, right? The market value is worth less, is worth less than what the bank will accept, then it's foreclosure. So for example, if your house is worth $250,000 and you have a $300,000 mortgage, okay, you need to settle that $50,000 difference with the bank and see if you guys can meet the gap or if the bank will accept that, okay? Then, if they don't, then you go into pre-foreclosure, okay? And pre-foreclosure comes after a short sale, and that's that 30 to 100 day period, roughly up to 6 months, where you are negotiating with the bank to try to make a deal to settle the short sale. Now, if you don't come to grip with short sale and foreclosure and pre-foreclosure, then you move foreclosure, and that's the process in which the lender and bank repossess your house and eventually take possession of the house. So they're two separate things, and to be honest with you, if you're looking for a house and it's a foreclosure and you're looking to buy within the next 100 days, many times now foreclosure can operate just like a regular sale. It's the short sales that give you the most trouble because remember, it's still owner occupied. So if there's liens on the properties, there's back taxes, water bills, sewer bills. In the foreclosure, that's all been settled already. The bank has possession, they do these a lot. There's separate appraisers, they have their own department. So it's a lot fluid process versus a short sale. So keep that in mind, they're two separate things. And a faster closing is usually, most often, a foreclosure. And lastly, cash versus mortgage. And people get confused about all this time. Very simple. If you're borrowing $1 from the mortgage company, right? You're financing. You're taking your mortgage. I don't care if it's $1 million or $1. You're not cash. Cash is very simple. It's exactly that, cash. Instead of setting the pre-approval upon the offer, we are setting a POF, proof of funds. That means you're not taking out a mortgage. You are all cash. That means if you have $500,000 in your bank account and the house is $400,000, that tells me that you have the proof of funds, you have the cash, the liquid assets available at closing. That's going to get wired to your bank account, okay? So there's no mortgage, there's no lender, there's no bank, there's no appraisal that's not involved in this. I don't care if the house is $500,000 and you're putting down $400,000 cash and you're only mortgaging at $100,000. You're still not cash. Cash is 100% liquid asset. And people often get confused about it. They're like, what do you mean we're cash? We're putting down a lot of money. Yes, your percentage down has increased, but you're still borrowing money from the lender. All right, so that's it. CPSalesNJ.com. Hopefully these terms helped you if you're looking to buy, sell, or invest. Buy, sell, invest, me, CP, CPSalesNJ.com. Have a good week, guys. Take care.